Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Red Devils Experience. How you all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. We have breaking news. It seems as Dan Ashworth is set to become the Manchester United Director of Football. Breaking news has just come out in the past hour. A lot of information. We're gonna go through it real quick. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Um, Good to have you here. We're going to go through all this news. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you know when we do these videos, and let's get straight into it. So, it's being reported Manchester United have identified Dan Ashworth as their number one target to become the club's sporting director. An approach has yet to be made to Newcastle, but that is anticipated as the new regime at Old Trafford seek to recruit Ashworth. Um, What else we got? Let's see. There's a lot of stuff that came out. Dan Ashworth has built a strong reputation as a shrewd talent spotter, and joining Manchester United would see him play a pivotal role in player recruitment. So that's important and encouraging. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos team are ready to hit the ground running with final completion of the deal to take a 25% stake in Manchester United due next week. So that's good. Sir David Brailsford role in pursuing Omar Barada to complete a sensational move from Manchester City to become the new Manchester United CEO has given the club renewed belief they can attract any senior figure from any club. This is being reported. Alex Crook and Talksport have said Manchester United are ready to step up their interest in Newcastle's director of football, Dan Ashworth. And Luke Edwards, I believe from the Telegraph, says Dan Ashworth is understood to have been irritated by the constant chatter around him leaving for Manchester United, but that does not mean he could not be tempted to leave given the prestige of the job at Old Trafford. He also reported Dan Ashworth is believed to be on the shortlist of candidates to become Manchester United's new sporting director, although there has been no approach yet to Newcastle, as far as we know. Um, we have a couple more updates from United District saying while no offer has been made yet to Newcastle, the situation is expected to develop rapidly, with Dan Ashworth thought to be open to the opportunity of joining Manchester United football structure under Ineos. And anything else? Yeah, Dan Ashworth would be another huge coup for Ineos. Strong statements coming in right off the bat. You're taking a executive, high quality executive from your rivals that have been more successful than you for the past 12 years. You've stolen him, you brung him to the club, you made him the CEO. With you made him basically almost the head of the club, and now you go into somebody else that has a lot of oil money and a lot of expectations to become one of the best teams in the Premier League and probably the world at Newcastle, and we're gonna go over there and take their director of football and bring them over to us. I think absolutely fantastic moves are being made here. So Jim and Ineos are not playing around, which is good to see. It's what we want, and you know, we need this, but they're not messing around. David Ornstein has said Manchester United have made Dan Ashworth their top target for sporting director. Not agreed and no approach made to Newcastle yet, but anticipated, and the situation is expected to develop rapidly. Ashworth is open to the move. So to me it seems like Dan Ashworth is going to be our guy. It seems like Dan Ashworth will be the director of football. And I think this move will be made and will be done as soon as the Premier League and the FA um, formally announced Sir Jim Ratcliffe 25% stake in Manchester United, and Sir Jim comes out and makes statement to the media and to us, the fans. I believe that we will be announcing director of football for sure. And it's very encouraging. We're getting Cities Group CFOO as our new CEO, and Newcastle's new supposedly new made look under Saudi ownership as our sporting director. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is not messing around, man. These guys mean business. Uh, you know, and I don't know how they're negotiating these deals. I don't know what project they're selling them. I don't know what they're telling these people. But listen, they're going into negotiations, and they listen. They're piquing people's interest because these guys, listen, Omar Barada, he didn't have to leave Manchester City. He was good. He was good. He's at a club. You're in a position. You're good, man. You don't got to worry about much. Um, you're most likely going to be successful. And he jumped out of there and came with us. And Dan Ashworth, same thing. It's a new project. They have the most money in the world. They probably, then probably makes them most likely to be, or gives them the best chances of being the most successful. And yet, he's willing, it seems like, to jump ship from there to come to us, to a team that hasn't been good for 12 years. We've been run like a disaster. But these guys, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sir David Brailsford, are not messing around, man. They're not messing around, and this is exactly what we needed. And I'm gonna be straight up. I was very worried before his bid was fully in, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I was very worried. I didn't think his bid was the correct bid, but you know what? Maybe this man. Listen, the Glazers might still be here, but maybe this man is the man that we needed. Maybe this was the best possible outcome for us. He seems very intent on making this club great again, and he's not even officially in charge, and they're already making big statements, and they're doing a lot of work behind the scenes. So this is just very encouraging stuff here, and hopefully we're gonna get to hear their plan, their vision, um, what they're trying to do, their thoughts, their opinions. As soon as this deal is ratified by the Premier League and the FA, and we can, they can speak to us, because I want to hear what they have to say, because I think it's important for everybody at the club to be on the same page. And that goes from all the executives, the players, the coaches, um, all the staff employed at Manchester United, but also combined with the fans. Us fans, we haven't really had any direction from the club over the past like 12 years. We kind of just been flying around solo. And I think that's led to division in the fan base. And I think, if you can have everybody focus on the same mission, on the same um like the same cause, and let people know, hey, this is what we're trying to do, so people understand what is going on and what is trying to be done at the club. uh I think it can bring the club back together in a way that we haven't been for quite some time, and we need that, because the Glazers divided and conquered us, so they could lower the standards and suck all the money out of this club. um and now it's time that we fix that, and now it's time that we put this club back together. And I think these guys are gonna do it. Really, I think this is what I'm seeing so far is exactly what I wanted, is exactly what I asked for, and it's exactly what I think will fix this club. um we got to start from the top down, and they're doing it so far. I mean, they got, listen, new percentage owners. They got the CEO. They're getting director of football. Head of recruitment will be announced right after they announce Dan Ashworth. And I think Dan Ashworth is coming with us, because his name hasn't gone away from this. He's been linked with us for quite some time now. And these are very, very strong reports coming out from very, very credible people. And I think it'll be only a matter of time before this is done, I think. So David Ornstein said Man United make Dan Ashford top target for sporting director. Not agreed, plus no approach to Newcastle yet, but it's anticipated and situation expected to develop rapidly. Complicated by being contracted to Newcastle United, but 52-year-old said to be open to move. So it seems like the discussions will probably be held this week. And as soon as the Sir Jim Ratcliffe 25% NEO stake is announced, I believe he will be announced as our new director of football. Um, what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about this? Do you think we could do better? Do you think he's good enough? Do you think he's the right guy? Are you excited by this? What do you guys think of Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sir David Brailsford and Ineos movements so far, how they're moving, what they're looking to do so far? Leave all that stuff down in the comments, get in the comments and throw them in there. I think I think Manchester United's future is looking way a lot better, and I kind of predicted this, and I kind of said this, like there's no way that we can do worse than what we've been doing, and I think it only takes a little bit of work to get this going, So I believe with all news included, because this news just keeps coming out. So it says Manchester United are now ready to make a move for Dan Ashworth. This is from Luke Edwards in the Telegraph. Um, for me, Dan Ashworth would be massive for Manchester United. He got West Brom back to mid-table. Finished with the second lowest wage bill in the Premier League. Which was their best Premier League era. Created an England code to change the culture around England. Since then, England have been better in tournaments, established a modern attacking identity for Brighton, which resulted in them becoming a European team and having some of the best recruitment in football. And he changed the toxic environment created by Mike Ashley at Newcastle United. Within 18 months, took Newcastle from 19th to UCL. Obviously, that wasn't just by himself, but he was involved in that. I think he's especially because he knows Premier League, he knows the clubs, he knows the culture. I think this is probably one of the top people that you can get for a Premier League club like Manchester United. He's gone into places where things needed to be fixed, things needed to be addressed. He's at clubs like West Brom, where you're not getting a silver spoon in your mouth. You might have limited resources, you might have limited pull, limited availability to work with, and he was still able to get things done, and he was still able to make positive impacts. So I think Dan Ashworth, I think, is a very good candidate, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do at Manchester United, and I hope whatever Sir Jim and Sir David Brailsford are putting together right now, so far seems good. It seems like a nice solid base foundation, and I hope that this plan that they put together, we start rolling, man. Because listen, our fortunes could change very very quickly. Um, I know it's been stated in the past that people think that we are 10 years away from City, and I really don't think so. I think we can get this changed within 2 to 3 seasons, with hard work, with a good goal, with the right plan, with the right people in place, competent people, smart people making smart decisions. For sure, I think this can be done. This can be changed very very quickly, and I just hope so. So for me, it seems like it doesn't have to be something that isn't just not the best, but he is a top target, and although an approach has yet to be made to Newcastle, this is anticipated. Yeah, so he will be coming. I think it's pretty much already done. Now this one is the only thing that kind of worries me a little bit is this one's a little bit more public than when we hired the CEO. Because the CEO, we didn't hear a word about it until it was already done and already happened. And this is kind of the opposite, where he's been linked with us for weeks, if not at least a month or so or more. Um, and this one's being made very public, and I don't know if that's on purpose, or not, because obviously we don't like too much leaks. We don't want leaks coming out. We want us to be ruthless. We want us to be quick, and we want us to make good business decisions. But it seems like this might be on purpose to get the PR going. Um, But yeah, hopefully, this is done quick. I just want the Premier League to ratify this deal and get this announced so we can just move forward. Um, because we need this to be done so we can start moving forward, so we can start getting the work in. Listen, the scouting department's a mess. It's filled with way too many people. They need to let go a bunch of people. I think we have double the scouts that we probably should have. So they're underqualified. We're wasting money by having them there, and we don't really need them there. They need to go. So these guys, they need to start making a lot of changes, and the faster that they get this the faster they get this deal ready to go, the faster they can start making these changes. You know, I mean, this was reported back on like January 15th. The director of football is the real focus at this moment for Ineos. Dan Ashworth is who Manchester United want. At the end of this winter window, Ineos will really try to make this happen. And that was from Fabrizio Romano back on January 15th. So it seems like that is the point that we have reached. Fabrizio Romano must have had a very, very, very good source into this, because he seems absolutely dead on. From about a month ago, he said this is where we would be and this is where we're at. So it's a matter of time. I believe in the next week or so he'll be here, and I believe the head of recruitment will be announced as well. So I think we're moving good. I think these are encouraging signs. Stuff is kind of coming together now, and there's a lot of positivity creeping into the club, and it's just a good time. We haven't had positivity, so much of it, with the Glazers dragging out the sale, and nobody, and all the uncertainty put on the fans, the uncertainty put on the players, the uncertainty put on the employees at the club. And now we've been able to move past that, and now we're looking at new things, a new direction. So it's exciting, it's refreshing. Um, so I'm really behind this. I want to see these changes. I hope that these things work. I still stand by the statement that no matter what these guys do, it has to get better. It has to get better. It can't be worse, because we were literally operating the worst you could probably operate as Manchester United, as a big club. I don't think you can operate any worse than we were. So these guys coming in, and them wanting to be successful, and them looking at football people, and them being serious, I think can only elevate us. Now, does it take us to the top? Do we surpass Liverpool and Manchester City and other clubs, the way they're operating? Is ours going to be so good that we go above them? That's yet to be seen. But we need to get on the same the level playing field as them. At least we need to be in the conversation with them. Then we go neck to neck with them, and then we can see who's really better and who's really doing better. Um, but this is what I'm excited for, is that we are moving towards being serious again. We are moving towards being competitive again. And that's something that we haven't been doing. And I think it comes from the frustration of every Manchester United fan that knows that we have the resources to be able to do this. We are a big enough club, a big enough institution, that we could have been doing this the whole time. But the people leading our club weren't doing it, because they weren't it wasn't something that was important to them. Their focus was about making commercial money, and it left us frustrated and left us infuriated, because it was always able to be done. And they just never did it. And now I think we have people here that are doing it, and I think that only positive stuff is going to come from this. There's no way we go below what we were doing. So I think you're going to see a Manchester United that's going to be not not in the Champions League anymore. No more of this one season in Europe, one season out of Europe. I don't think you're going to see us, not making it out of the group stage. I think those days are coming to an end, and they're coming very, very quick. And so, this is great news, breaking news, and I'm excited. I want to see the changes coming. These are things that I talked about previously. We got to start from the top down. There was also a report that said something about Sir David Brailsford, and their plan is to start from the top down, which is what I said needs to be done. So they said that they are going to look at player personnels once they have the whole hierarchy kind of complete and set and ready to go, and working together and working towards the same goal and the same plan. That's when the player personnel are going to be looked at, and I believe that will be just in time for the summer. I think by the time we get to the summer, I think they'll be ready to do whatever they need to do for player personnel. Remove them, sell them, get rid of them. I'm expecting big changes in the summer. I really am. That's their first window. It's their first big window. It gives them plenty of time to be ready, to be prepared. I think from what they've showed us so far, they're here. They're not messing around. They want to make big statements. And I think when we get to the summer, I think they're gonna make very, very big statements. By the players that they let go, by the players that they bring in, how they conduct their business, the transfer fees, the wages that we pay. I think all of this is coming, so I'm excited to see that, and I we'll keep you updated as this comes along. I'm sure there's going to be more breaking news, going forward, probably tomorrow and the day after. And like I said, I'm expecting this to be fully announced or officially announced as soon as the deal is ratified by the Premier League and the FA. I think we're gonna get director of football announced and head of recruitment announced, like, back to back. So until then, if there's any more breaking pressing news, we will either go live or we'll make a video update. So thank you guys for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, smash the like button, please. Greatly helps. And if you haven't already, subscribe, turn on the notifications as well, so you know when we go live. We're going to be doing more of these. Just want to do a quick little update. Thank you guys for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys later. All right, we'll bring in another one like we always do. Till then, take care of yourselves.